Hey gals, so you already know that if you start with a value of say 95 euros and it undergoes an increase of 20%, you use the multiplier of 1.20, 1.2, and you multiply that, right? And that will give you the resulting price. Remembering that this is our starting price and there's an increase going on, therefore our answer here needs to be larger than 95, and it is. We get 114 euros, okay? But what we're going to do now is we're going to chain or link together multiple steps into one larger problem, okay? Let's start with the same 95 euros, and again, it's going to have an increase of 20%, but then that's going to be a markup, let's suppose. And then let's say it gets discounted by 5%, but there is a VAT, or a value-added tax, or a sales tax, if you were, that is added, right? And let's say that is 8%. That goes to, the government, the local government. We can string these together into one problem, where you take your 95 and you multiply it times the multiplier for an increase of 20, which is 1.2. Then you have to multiply it by whatever this multiplier is, remembering it's a decrease. So you take your 1 minus the 5, make sure your placement is in the right place, so you get 0.95, right? And multiply that times this is an increase, right? When you add a tax, that's added on, so it's going to be 1.08. Again, watch your decimal places. All this goes in your calculator, and if we think logically for a second, you might anticipate that, oops, wrong, that a 20% increase, a 5 down, and an 8 back up, this number, think for a second, will it be larger or smaller or larger than 95? It's going to be larger, right? We have more increases than decreases in general, and if we put that in our calculator, you get 116 and 964. Now, last but not least, we are talking about currency here, so you know it's euros, but in currency, unless you're a bank, we tend to stop at 2 decimal places because we tend to work in hundredths. So your final answer with the right units is to write the euros and to round to that place, okay? The reason we call this a chain is because you are sort of like linking here each of the multipliers and making this into one big problem, right? Chain links, chains, good stuff. So what you can do is, this all associates with exercise 11A.5, okay? And you can do problems. Make sure you check your unit plan and know which problems to do from this unit after you review this. All right? See you in class.